It's over for my loser Phoenix Suns. It's over. This whole mess is not Kevin Durant's fault. Kevin Durant did his job. He was winning us games. Our record without Kevin Durant is terrible. I'm not putting all the blame on Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant, quite frankly, needs to get the hell out of Phoenix because Matt Ishbia is a big and utter disgrace. He is the worst owner in the NBA. This guy bought a washed up, I don't give a fuck about winning Bradley Beal. He recklessly mortgaged the entire farm on a bum who couldn't care less about winning. Matt Ishbia sucks. Good riddance. Get the fuck out of Phoenix, Matt Ishbia. Kevin Durant, this is not your fault. They fire the coach, but clearly they fire the coach and nothing changes and the same problems exist. This runs deeper than just Devin Booker and Kevin Durant. The fault is of the owner, and he has not spoken to the media. This is what happens when a reckless young 40-year-old owner comes in to destroy the team. So Kevin Durant, this guy fucked up the future. I don't think you destroyed the loser Phoenix Suns, Kevin Durant. I don't think you destroyed my Suns. I don't think you destroyed my Suns. The owner did. Clearly, we were a great team with you on the court. Not so much with you out of. I think the only 2 wins without you occurred against Utah Jazz. So Kevin Durant is more valuable to this team than Devin Booker. So that's how I wanted to start this out, venting on my loser Phoenix Suns and this disgraceful direction of the future. And sadly, we never will get the dream matchup of Goat King LeBron against Kevin Durant and then Luka against his son, all in the very same matchup. We will not get a chance at the loser Phoenix Suns because this team is a big, giant abomination right now. Are they really going to be better than any of these teams that finished top 8, top 9 this year in the Spurs are going to get better? Your only hope is to finish better than the MAVS. So this team is cooked until something drastically changes. But anyway, and when I look at number 1 and number 2 in my rankings to land Kevin Durant, what I'm looking at is which 2 teams can enhance his legacy the most. The New York Knicks, the mecca of basketball, the birthplace of Michael Jordan, the birthplace of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, mecca of basketball, MSG. When you win the title at MSG, you're an all-time legend. So when the city of New York goes over half a century without winning a championship in the biggest market in the United States, Kevin Durant would be an eternal legend of New York City if he does win the championship for the New York Knicks. This ain't about family life in New York. It's about single life, doing tons of things. You got free time. Kevin Durant, single, no kids. So he kind of embodies the kind of lifestyle living in New York City. Great for a single person. So that's why New York Knicks have to be in top 2. The big question is they don't have many draft assets, but the Phoenix Suns can instantly improve their roster by getting a younger player, Michael Bridges, who does more on the defensive end than Kevin Durant. And you can get the Thompson guy, the center on the New York Knicks, if you're looking to improve your presence defending the rim. OG Anunoby would be another good player for the loser Phoenix Suns that they could get to make them a tougher team because they are not a tough team at the moment. And so The other team that would enhance Kevin Durant's legacy the most would be to make the return to win the title at Oklahoma City, a la Goat King LeBron and the city of Cleveland. The Thunder are top two on my list to land Kevin Durant. It's not just about the numbers, it's about the legacy platforms that I'm looking at. What? The loser Phoenix Suns did finish with 36 wins in the season, and the Thunder 36, and Kevin Durant's 36 years of age right now. But again, his birthday before the start of next season. He's going to turn 37. The Knicks is 37. I didn't talk about it from the aspect of Kevin Durant's birthday, but OKC. If he is the missing piece to OKC, Kevin Durant would be an all-time legend in Oklahoma City if he does win the title, when he reverses the wrongs of 2016 and the betrayal of Oklahoma City. Kevin Durant would usurp Russell Westbrook as far as being the most idolized player all time on the Oklahoma City Thunder. And the Thunder beat the Knicks as far as draft assets goes. So the OKC Thunder, if they happen to lose against the Denver Nuggets, they are going to highly consider landing Kevin Durant. And so the Thunder are number 2 on my list because they have the necessary capital. They could just give them draft picks and hardly give up any key part of their core. Thunder are number 2. I don't see any other team that enhances the legacy more of Kevin Durant than the New York Knicks and the Oklahoma City Thunder. These are the top 2 choices. And who can forget Goat King LeBron, Kevin Durant, NBA Finals, New York, LA would be a huge money generator the very next season after seeing a Lakers Celtics classic NBA Finals featuring Luka in his revenge against Boston in their nemesis, the Celtics Goat King LeBron James. Number 3 is the Spurs because, and now what's interesting about the Spurs is that you get your supervillain Kevin Durant on the San Antonio Spurs up against SGA in the Oklahoma City Thunder. This would be the NBA rigged conspiracy that they want to push the French European markets when they add Kevin Durant if they want the Spurs to immediately go to the NBA Finals in the near future after Goat King LeBron retires. Now, going back to the Knicks, they can't really beat Boston with their current roster. You're going to need to add another superstar to pair up with Jalen Brunson. The Knicks do need another star in free agency and in the trade market. And so that's what makes Kevin Durant viable in the first place. And number 4, Rockets, because they're up and coming. Kevin Durant, supervillain, again, to see him. And plus, he's a cupcake, right? He took the easy ride to 2 asterisk rings. He joins Stephen Curry on an already legendary team. They didn't need Kevin Durant to win. So he's used to things coming easy. The Eastern Conference comes far easier than making it to the finals in the West. So the cupcake factor for Kevin Durant cannot be ignored. The Dallas Mavericks, because I'm just going to give credits. There's so many people here on my channel thinking that he's going to go to the Mavs, but they held their preseason camp, I think, in Las Vegas this past year, and so they want the team to be bad. Attendances were going down. We need to move the team. So the Mavs are moving to Vegas. Their new owners came from Las Vegas. I think the Sheldon Adelson's widow. So They have an interest in playing basketball games at T-Mobile Arena, sharing the arena with the Vegas Golden Knights. Infrastructure is already there to add the NBA come to Vegas. I understand the prospect of Kevin Durant and Kyrie and AD, but before you can have that happen, you got to move the team to Vegas. For the time being, they have to be bad. And LA Clippers lose his sons. You need a star to pair up alongside Devin Booker. James Harden went to school at Arizona State. So for the heck of it, I'll add the Clippers onto there. Battle of LA, Kevin Durant, Kawhi, Goat, Bond, Luka. These are interesting prospects. In the cupcake factor for Kevin Durant, my honorable mention in the list is the Cavs. If it takes one guy to win the title, Kevin Durant. Durant and the Cavs both have Gematria 24. So Cleveland is honorable mention because they're having a great season. And Kevin Durant, you can say, didn't team up with Boston, a la team up Golden State, a team that already won the title. You can carry them to the title. But it's kind of hard to see Kevin Durant playing for any team that Goat King the Bomb play for. These are the rankings. I don't know how it can be anything other than the Knicks or the Thunder. Those are the top two contenders. Kevin Durant leaves a team that won 55 games in 2015, 2016. Can win New York City the title 55 years later. It could be 51. It could be 64. It's going to be a long, long, long time. It could be 46. It'll probably happen after Michael Jordan dies. But that's all up to the Illuminati. That's all up to the NBA occultist owners. That's all up to them. These are the rankings. You could shuffle around Spurs, Rockets, whatever. It's all up to individual interpretation and opinion. But I think when you think about the legacy perspective, flip around number two, number one, keep number one and number two the way it is. These top two choices, Do Re Mi, the number one option, the revenue, the legacy enhancer, both number one, number two. The hero, both. He's hero of New York City. He's hero of OKC. Do Thunder look at this and be like, we don't want to make the same mistake that the loser Phoenix Suns make? They're going to look at the loser Phoenix Suns and they're going to be like, we don't want to sacrifice an already great championship core. We don't want to disrupt it. They're going to take a hard look at what they did, shipping out Cam Johnson and Camp and Michael Bridges. The New York Knicks, though, they'll be more on the desperate side of things. Oh, another second round exit. Oh, this time we lost in the first round against the Detroit Pistons. We got to do something quick. We got to make a move for this guy. That's what would be happening in their camp from their side of things. And if they do get trounced in 4 or 5 games against the Celtics, they're making a trade. It's going to happen. If Michael Bridges don't show up in the playoffs, he don't get an extension, they're going to send him back to Phoenix. Lose the Phoenix Suns, there's some nostalgia. We miss these guys. Michael Bridges. So it makes little things better for Phoenix when you bring back Michael Bridges back to Phoenix. Again, younger player, and he actually does play defense, and he plays almost every game. And it's all up to Adam Silver anyways. He's the guy who ordered the Anthony Davis-Luka trade. Adam Silver was pulling the strings. Adam Silver is going to pull the strings on the Kevin Durant next destination. Adam Silver is a fan of the New York Knicks. Adam Silver going to see Kevin Durant win the title for his favorite basketball team after they lose to the GOAT of the NBA at the birthplace of Michael and Kareem. He will win without Stephen Curry. One team I can see the Knicks beating in the finals, the San Antonio Spurs and Wembanyama. But for the heck of it, if it really is WWE, oh my God, then you got to include maybe the Golden State Warriors into there. If they're 7-5 in the finals, they could fall to 7-6. Then the New York Knicks is 76. So I got to include the Warriors in there because GOAT can LeBron win title, 40, 41 years of age. Let's leave Stephen Curry into there. The ultimate saver of Kevin Durant's legacy would be to win the title for New York by beating Stephen Curry and the Warriors. You're beating a first-timer, so to speak, Darren Fox and Victor Wembanyama, Castle, and these men out there. But you beat an established presence of Stephen Curry, but age, moving on, new faces, this Golden State Warriors, hell, I look at it, you ain't got no Golden State Warriors without Iguodala, without the Splash Brothers. So it's what it comes down to. But the year doesn't change for Kevin Durant. New York Knicks is going to win 2028. Kevin Durant is going to win 10 years after 2018. Suns is 10. He doesn't win on the Suns, but he does so with the New York Knicks. Imagine if Jimmy Butler's number 10 and Kevin Durant wins his next title 10 years later against the Warriors. Imagine that. Imagine that. Plus, the Freemasons are big on 13. Could the Spurs make it to the finals 13 years later after 2014? Never say never. But these are the rankings. This is one man synopsis, and we will await the final decision. The trade will be made when the next calendar year starts around the time of the draft and free agency in July. That's when you get your big news of Kevin Durant getting traded, number 35, win the title 35 months after being traded from the Los Phoenix Suns.